This weekend, Tennessee and the UAB Blazers are playing. Two of my favorite conferences. Unfortunately, UAB is not one of the better teams, but they are getting better. Their offense has gotten to the point. Trent Dilfer is a offensively minded person. He was a quarterback. I think he's found the perfect quarterback for him in Jalen Kitna. Jalen Kitna is doing some pretty good things. He's not as mobile as Joey Aguilar, but he is able to get what he needs done. Decent passer. So Tennessee is going to have their defense tested, which is a good thing. Their defense is needing to hold a little bit better, mostly because their defense has got so many guys out with injury. So this is going to be a good game for them to do what they need to do when it comes to getting their defense ready. Their offense, I don't think is going to have a problem. The defense for UAB is not all that, but perfect time for the defense to get some practice in. So we're going to go over this game. If you like talking college football, like talking college sports, right channel for you. Hit like and subscribe for me. Here we go. Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there. So when you're looking at this UAB team, now they're actually currently having a winning record. Now, okay, they beat Alabama State 52-42, FCS team. They got into a small shootout, lost by 2 touchdowns to Navy 38-24, but hey, they were in a hostile environment. Still, 24 points. They just beat Akron. Yes, I know it's Akron. The Zips aren't the best in the world, but they beat them 31-28. Jalen Kitna's passed for 892 yards. He's 70 of 100 passes, so 70%. Uh, Thrown 6 TDs, had 3 interceptions, been sacked 3 times. Offensive line's not doing badly. Rushing, Javon Jackson's their leading rusher, 46 carries, 277 yards, 3 touchdowns. Isaiah Jacobs, 19 rushes, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Solon Beebe, 18 for 72, 2 touchdowns. And Nate Rogers, the backup quarterback, 1 rush, 8 yards, touchdown. So 7 total touchdowns by rushing. Uh, Corey Milner is their leading receiver, 17 receptions, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns. Got a long at 49 yards. Iverson Hooks, 16 for 229. So not that far behind, 2 touchdowns. Javon Jackson, the running back's got 5 receptions for 35 yards and a touchdown that way. So they've got 6 touchdowns by passing. So, they're a balanced offense. 446 yards rushing, 909 yards receiving. Not bad at all. But on defense, uh, they've got 7 sacks, which isn't bad. 10 passes deflected, but no interceptions. They forced the fumble and have 1 fumble recovery. The leading tackler has 23 tackles. That's Pierre Royster, Devin Hightower, and that's their safety though. Not a good thing when your safety is the leading tackler. That means they're getting into your secondary. Devin Hightower, a linebacker's got 21 tackles. Defensive end Chris Berger, 16 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Pushed back the other team 10 yards. This is a pretty, it's a okay for who they played defense. but people are still getting through. When, like I said, when your leading tackler is your safety, not necessarily a good thing. But they do have a lot of tackles between their line and everything. Just not. It's going to be one of the easier defenses, not counting ETSU in the FBS schools that Tennessee will play. But it will be a good thing for our defense. This offense is pretty versatile. Um, they may not rush as many yards, but they're able to get touchdowns that way. Dilfer knows how to get a good offense. They're doing far better than I thought they would this year. I reviewed them before the beginning of the year. I don't know. I mean, looking at what their the rest of their schedule is. I mean, they've got Army, Florida Atlantic, which should be an interesting game. UConn, which will be far more interesting than I thought it would be. Rice, um, but they also have South Florida. Well, they also have Tulsa. Tulsa's going should be a win for them, but they do have to face North Texas, which most people don't realize how good they are. South Florida, Memphis, and Army's a fairly good team. So that's going to be their next game after Tennessee. So they've got to prepare for this, and Tennessee's going to be showing them what they need to improve on, and they're going to have a week off. So hey, this is going to be a good game for them. Now Tennessee is also 2-1, as everybody knows. Just had that heartbreaking loss to Georgia at Neyland. Yes, I know it continued streak on. I've already covered this, but I mean, Joey Aguilar's got 906 passing yards. They've got a total of 1,076 passing yards between Aguilar, Slinger. Yes, I'm thinking of starting to call Jake Merklinger Slinger. Uh, George McIntyre's got 52 yards. I mean, so we've got pretty good when it comes to uh, passing. I mean, 9 TDs for Joey Aguilar. Unfortunately, he's got the 2 interceptions that he got. He got sacked once. 2 TDs for Jake Merklinger. Slinger's pretty good. Uh, George McIntyre's got to get a little bit better. Star Thomas, 33 carries for 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Bishop, 29 carries, 204 yards, 1 touchdown. Peyton Lewis, 21 for 76, 2 touchdowns. Dane Morris, 11 for 50, 1 touchdown. And Joey Aguilar's rushed in for a touchdown, 11 for 26. So we've got 8 rushing touchdowns with 11 uh, TDs by passing, 630 yards rushing. Chris Brazzell, receiving wise, 20 for 364, 5 touchdowns. Braylon Staley, 18 for 231, 2 touchdowns. And both of those, Brazzell's got a 72 yarder, Staley's got a 73 yarder. Mike Matthews, 13 for 199, a touchdown. He's got a 53 yarder. So these guys are getting in there pretty good. Plus, tight end Jake Van Dorsler, 1 reception, 7 yards, touchdown. Star Thomas received one for also 7 yards, hilariously. Touchdown. We've got a really good offense. Defensively, Arian Carter, 26 tackles, got a sack on his record, and that was a 10-yarder. Forced the fumble. Jalen Murray, 17 tackles, 1 sack, 5 yards on that one. One pass deflected. So we've got the defense that we've got to get these guys up. I mean, they're good. I think they just got worn out a little bit. They were on the field way too much last against Georgia. We got 11 sacks for the year, knocked back the opposing team 72 yards, got 2 interceptions. 15 passes deflected, four forced fumbles, two fumble recoveries. Yeah, this is not going to be a deep. They're going to be going up against an offense that, yes, is versatile, but is not something that should be scary to them. Like I said, perfect time for these guys, these younger guys that don't have as much experience to get the experience they need. We're going to be facing. This is not a look ahead game. This is the right time to get these guys ready. They're going to be facing off against a Jeff Levy led Mississippi State team that is dangerous. Plus, Jeff Levy was one of Josh Heupel's, offensive coordinators at UCF. The year that they went 12-1, Levy was offensive coordinator for that game or for that season. So we've got to prepare for that, and this is the right team to do it against. So, yeah, this defense, good, but needs to get better. Yes, the Tennessee Vols are going to win this game. It's not even going to be a scare. But what they do need to do is get that defense on the field. They've got to have all of their dudes getting out there. Now, we've had a lot of guys that have gotten out there, but with injuries and everything, we've got to get these guys a little bit better. We've got to get them gelling better. I think if we had them gelled a little bit more because of the injuries, we could have won that Georgia game. It's as much the it's not even a fault. I'm not going to say it's a fault. When you've got your experienced players out, and football's a rough game, you know that. You're going to have what you had against Georgia. This is going to be the right game at the right time to get everything in line for our defense. We've got a tough schedule coming up. If you're a Vols fan, and I am, we've got Mississippi State, Arkansas. So we've got two lesser opponents in the SEC. Now, lesser opponents in the SEC does not mean easy. Mississippi State, we're going to Mississippi State. Thankfully, Arkansas's at home. Then we've got to go to Alabama. Now, we're going to Kentucky. That Kentucky team can be, we're rivals. Whether it's been a fair-sided rivalry or not, they're still a rival team. Then we got Oklahoma coming into us. Then we got a somewhat of a rest game versus New Mexico State, which that one I'm not. Then we go to the swamp, and then we've got Vandy coming into us. And Vandy likes to hurt players. North Sellers, Dylan Sampson, they're going back to their old ways. Clark Lee, being a Vandy graduate, dug into the old Vandy records. Back in the day, that's how Vandy played football. And unfortunately, it's looking like they're getting back to that. I'm hoping that's not, but we've got to be prepared for that Vandy game. Plus, they're ranked right now, 20th. We've got to be prepared for this SEC schedule. We saw up against the best SEC, one of the two best SEC teams. Now we've got to face off against Alabama, Oklahoma. Arkansas is going to be looking to try to upset us again. Mississippi State's not going to be an easy one. So, yeah, this is not a look ahead game. This is we've got to prepare. We've got to get that defense more experience. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.